Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Let me just double check that everything is working, and then we will begin. In the meantime, how are you? How's it going? Also, do you watch on mobile or on like a computer? Let me ask you 5 more questions while I get set up. Okay. All right. Let me lower the music because I forgot to do that. And I believe. What is this? Oh. Okay. I think we were good to go. Let's go ahead and move over here. Welcome in, everybody. How are you today? Yemit, you were here first, Yemit. How are you? Magical, how's it going? Lego, how are you? Did you just get home? Maybe a little bit ago? Computer. Okay. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Yeah. I'm doing okay. Yesterday was sort of meh, but we're trucking along. Okay, I asked if you were on mobile or computer or not because so every stream I have my iPad up, so that way when I'm like playing the game, I can like just quickly look down to see if like make sure stream is working okay. I can kind of see chat a little bit. But today today's the first day I got a notification about combos, which I don't know if you guys know what that is. I barely know what that is. But it's like you can do. It's sort of like Twitch's answer to TikTok. Like I won't hit 200 before your vacation. How many are you away? I forget. Anyway, it's like so on TikTok, from what I know, you can like there's like a quick button. He should be sleeping. Pretty much in bed now and on my phone, obviously. Daz, welcome in. Are you no, you're probably up for work, I bet. You're 161 now, yeah. You'll come so close. How well, I'm not streaming 37 days. So there'll still be a little bit more of a gap. I was like, wait a minute, you're gonna be like right there. No, that's not. I'll wake soon. Okay, fair. On TikTok, you can like, they just have like a quick donate button, basically. Oh. Okay. Wait, I also got like a notification. Twitch event subcot error for event channel.bits.use. That's fine. Apparently my Stream Deck doesn't know what that is. But I got like a sound alert for that. But I see that. Thank you, Daz, for the dino. It doesn't tell me what that like is. It just says ×1. ×2 now. It's like combo started. You have 1 minute left to join. Okay, I'm seeing that now in chat. I've never seen that before ever. Oh, okay. So okay. I see. I know 50. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure what makes it a combo versus like Well, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I understand. So, like, does something happen when you, like, add a certain amount? Does something happen? Like, I don't understand. Love how they have that stuff and still no giant emotes on mobile. Yeah, they don't. They don't have that. I'm like,
dang.
Oh, does that count as anything? No. Okay. Oh, all right. So I'm learning so much. One, Lego, thank you for the bits. And everybody, thank you for the bits. Daz Madrigal. So I guess you have like 1 minute for a combo, but I don't know what happens in that minute. And I'm hearing a noise, but does anything happen on screen? I wonder if it's because... Hold on. I'm so confused. Copy. Hold on. I'm going to see something. Level 0 achieved is what it tells me. So... Did that do anything? So on Daz's it says, the dino, it said, like, the dino combo ended ×3, level 1 achieved. The horse says ×2, level 0 achieved. But it still says I got the bits, but I don't know what that means. Bear, welcome in. How are you? Stopping by to say hi. Dinner with the family. Don't want to lose my streak. Hey, I don't blame you. Cost 5 bits. I hit it 3 times. Okay. So I guess maybe level 1 happens at 3 or something, or maybe. Oh. There was a thing on the screen. I see it now. A bunch of dinos flew up into the air. Did you guys see that? I guess it only happens on mobile? Oh no, it happens in chat. It actually happened in my browser now. Okay. That's pretty adorable. It like all like they all appeared in my chat. Did they appear in your chat? Did you guys see that? Yes. Okay. Oh, and maybe it only happens when you hit a level? That must be what it is. Yes. Level 2 achieved. Oh no, I lost my dino with Sunnies? No. And Mr. Oz Twitch, welcome in. How are you? Okay, so it must be every level increase. Whoa, it's huge now. Oh, it's dancing. Okay. They're all dancing. I see now. I see what's happening. This makes much more sense. Never mind. Yeah, so apparently they only last for a minute, I guess. Or like you have a minute to achieve the next level. Oh my goodness. I think it'll recap the amount of bits that have come through at the end for me. But thank you everybody for those bits. And Sassy, welcome in. How are you? Okay, yeah. So it looks like at the different levels they do different things, because they were initially it was just like it popped in for a little hello at level 1, and now it's like they were like there was a giant one, and it sort of like approached the screen. Goodness. Okay. Okay. So, so, whoa! Look at that! Oh my goodness! That is wild. Level 5. That was wild. And on my iPad, that took up the entire screen. That was crazy. Yeah, it was. I wonder if they're gonna have like an effect on screen that you can add. Unless that is a thing. Hold on. What is happening? So it's something called combos. You can do it on mobile, and I don't know if you can do it in browser yet. It took up the entire screen of my computer too. Okay, yeah, on chat it'll do stuff. So on mobile there's a thing called combos. Oh, you can do it in browser? I can't see bits because it says I can't cheer bits in my own channel. Fair. Combos. Okay, actually wait, hold on. Back. We're gonna create a new alert box. Combos. I want to see. Combos. That should be 1920 by 1080. All right. If a combo comes through, we'll get to see if something happens on stream. It may just pop up with a combo has happened, but I'm curious if it'll do that stuff. You have to hover over the bottom of the screen and it brings up the combo menu. Ah, okay. And I don't know if this is across Twitch, or I know they've been like kind of testing it out. And so I don't know if we just happen to get this, or I've received no notification. I just noticed when I started up my iPad, it was like, combos are available. If they happen to be available at YV's stream tonight, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to start doing it. But it also tells me, so Bear, so for the last dino, though I wish it would tell me, okay, so they're 5 bits each, but I know like you can do more than one at a time. Like at the bottom, it has like 10 times, 50 times. But maybe that's like, everyone is worth 5 bits. That must be what it is. Everyone is worth 5 bits. So it's always the same. Because I was about to say, like, it says Bear sent 9 and Daz sent 1. So I was like, so how would I know how much each person sent? But that, it just must be, it's just, they're 5 every time. So 45 and 5. Yes. I'm thinking that must be how it works. Also, yeah, some of them are more expensive, which is wild. I saw, yeah, the skull is 5. It started, what was interesting, I thought, was when I jumped on stream, that was the one that was highlighted. Like when I opened up my iPad, they selected that one first. Intentional, probably. They're oh yeah, so they're not all. I see. The heart is 5. Dino is 5. Okay, yeah, I see that now. Interesting. So like, that's interesting. I mean, it's kind of fun. I like the animations in chat. That's actually pretty like exciting. That's like that's actually like a little you know, it's actually kind of cool to see. I could imagine that in like bigger chats where maybe that is happening all the time, that could maybe be a little annoying. But that doesn't happen. I mean, I don't foresee that happening here very, very often. But I could imagine if you're like trying to read chat and it's just like so much stuff everywhere, that could be like, what is going on? You know, actually, I wonder if they. So no, technically, so no, that's actually, hold on, 2 thoughts. One, I was gonna say maybe it is across Twitch because I just noticed that on my activity filter, they added combos. So maybe it's now like across Twitch. Anyway, now, so no, this is technically counting down till my Australia stream. It's gonna be the last stream before I go on my trip. But that was too many words. So I just said till Australia. But no. On computer, the animations happen over you, not over. Oh, really? Maybe it's because I only have my chat open on my computer. And so because I have my streamer dashboard, and then I have, and I don't have a preview there, and then I have my chat just popped out. And it was appearing in my chat only. So maybe that's just a streamer thing. But anyway, so yeah, mine is appearing like in chat, like over y'all's messages, which is funny. But that's interesting. Now I can't wait to see what it looks like. You are very complicated. It's not that complicated. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't think I'll tell everyone when I'm like. You guys will. Oh no, I am in the beta. 6 seconds ago, you're in the combos beta. Lol, thank you for the heads up. I think I figured it out. Hold on, let me change one thing though. I don't know, so I don't think I'm going to tell you guys exactly when I'm leaving for my trip. I'll tell the Aussies because they should know that I'm on my way, but I think I'll kind of leave it more vague. Okay. So I don't need to add. Okay. Magical question. You said it happened over the video? Yes. Okay, so I don't need to add an alert window for this then, because you guys are seeing it on stream. So I don't need to do that. So I'm gonna delete this. I thought maybe to get it like to happen on screen that I might need to have it like set up as a browser source, but I don't. If you guys are seeing it on top of the video then, which is great, you know. That's probably for the best because that means it's not like baked into the VOD, which means like if I upload the stream somewhere like to my YouTube, it's not going to be like, it's not going to be like, you know, we're in a pivotal crying scene and all of a sudden bunnies are approaching the screen or something, or dinos start dancing or whatever. But that's really neat. I like that. It's honestly, I like it. I'm a fan of it. The only thing I saw in chat were the messages above the combos, not any animations. Okay. Maybe it's just a stream thing, or maybe it's because maybe Twitch somehow detects that like I have chat open separately. Or something. But yeah, for me, it was just in my chat window. So I'm glad. I like that it was. I'm glad that it's prominent for you guys, I guess, because it makes it worth it, I think. By the way, Sassy, how was your day? Sorry, we were distracted with all this stuff. Alex, I saw the animation over chat on mobile. Hello, Alex. Okay, yeah, all right. I looked over and I saw it, and then I noticed it also appears in my chat window so the way I have this is Like my screen is set up to where I have my chat window popped out and it's all the way closer to my camera because I wanted it to be like currently where I'm looking right now, I'm looking at the top of chat, which I have my stream chat reversed. So that way new messages come up on top. So that way, as I'm reading, I'm not like looking down. So I tried to keep it as high up as possible. So do you? I do. I use BTTV, the browser plugin, to flip chat or reverse chat or whatever. So the only time it's an issue is when like a raid happens or a shout out happens or something because the bubble is like covering the latest message. That's the only time it's an issue. I wish BTTV had an option to move those to the bottom. That would be neat. Yeah, so I flip chat so that way I'm like looking up. So because I noticed before, like when I started streaming, I would look at my VODs and I noticed that I was always kind of like looking down while I was reading. Because where I'm looking right now is the bottom of my screen. And so if I was reading chats down there, it would just kind of look like I'm like just sad, I guess. So anyway, yeah, I have it. And I have my, I have an iMac. And so my iMac is raised a little bit off of my desk to help that. But, it was actually a pretty good day, but going from not doing much walking the last 11 weeks to walking over 8,000 steps in 7 hours. Oh, goodness, Sassy. Please put your feet up. Yeah. Hope you can rest now. Yeah, 100%. That sounds terrible. That does not sound wonderful. Our foot massager and have been using that for the last hour. Nice. Okay, good. That seems like a good idea. Ice it. Put your feet up. Use that foot massager. Hope that helps. But okay. What was I gonna say? I'm glad that you guys get to see the combo stuff. So, I was explaining. I have my chat popped out. Then I have just a very sliver. I leave a little bit of a gap in between windows where I could put Discord in the background, where I can just see if like if someone joins the Discord or something, I can see that I get a new notification. I'm on streamer mode, but like I have that, and then I have my web browser open to creator dashboard. I have my preview set to off. So I don't see a video preview of my stream there, but then I have OBS open. I usually have that up front. And then my like stream deck stuff is like tucked in the background somewhere. I don't look at it, but anyway. So I wonder if maybe Twitch knows, hey, you don't have your preview on and your chat's popped out, so the little like animations appeared in my chat window. No, I do have I have a separate screen, but I have a second monitor, but when I get into the game, it's on that. So like I try to keep all of my like utility stuff, all the stuff I need on my computer or on my like iMac screen, and then because the game is going to take up, because I'm using like a capture card for like my consoles and stuff, that takes up my entire second monitor. So I'm essentially one screening when I'm playing a game. Like right now, I just have my other desktop on my other window, but it's also 80 degrees in my classroom. Goodness. Yeah, that is so hot. I'll be turning my AC on tomorrow because I can. I'll ask for forgiveness from the principal rather than permission. Yeah, 100%. You can't be working in that. 100%. Anyway, combos. I hope YV gets into the beta. I didn't ask to be, so it must have just appeared. I was selected, which is funny. I feel like I don't get selected for a lot of the things that I want to be selected for. Like moments. Never got selected for moments, and then they canceled it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But what can you do? What can you do? At least we got into the stream streaks, even though that provides a lot of stress for me. Even though it stresses me out. And this, the combos thing, which is nice. I think I got selected to be in the like 4K thing, but I'm not streaming in 4K. No, thank you. No, thank you, please. Also, they've decided to not move forward with 4K. I think they're limiting it to 2K now. The old, let's not give this feature to everyone and then complain that not enough people used it. Yeah, I remember that. And I hated that that's what they said for the whole... I would have used moments so well, and I'm still upset I didn't get it. For those that don't know, moments was this thing that was kind of like... It was like if something happened really cool on stream. Maybe you beat a very difficult boss, or you finally beat a game, something. You could, as a streamer, mark the last 5-10 minutes or whatever it was as a moment, and people who were there would get a special badge that they could equip next to their name that evolved for every moment they happened to be present for. Eventually they changed it, I think, a little bit to where it was like if you were at least you maybe it was like you had 24 hours or something to claim that or something, even if you weren't there or something. But does it still happen? No, but they rolled it out to only like not a lot of people. A friend of ours, Mr. Sputnik, he had it, and he used it a few times. But I was like desperate for it. I talked about it all the time, and I think even emailed them. Like I was trying to get into Moment so bad, but then like 6 months, 8 months later. People are constantly asking about it on Twitter at the time. This was like a couple of years ago, before Twitter was X. People were on Twitter like, Twitch, like, when is it rolling out to more or whatever? And eventually they announced it and they said, we're canceling Moments because people weren't using it. And it was like, well, maybe if you rolled it out to more people would use it. Like, you had to be super selective on the moment. True, you only had so many per month, which is smart because otherwise people would just spam it all the time. I do have streaks, yes. Isn't that a limited thing? So, currently it is. They say they're going to roll it out site-wide by the end of the year. Plus, which I think this will be very good. They will, they're going to make it to where if somebody messes up their streak, they have a chance to recover it by either watching part of the last VOD or like watching some clips from your channel or something. They can recover their stream streak, which makes it easier for people, but honestly, I feel like that will make things a lot better because for me, I stress out about people's stream streaks a little bit. So, there have been quite a few times where I'm like, it's late. I kind of want to stream, but I know because it's late, there's a good chance people with stream streaks aren't going to be there. So I'm not going to stream because I don't want to mess up their streak. And so I feel like if I know that there's a way that people can recover it, that will make me feel a little bit better about it. Plus, I also added the fuel up check-in, sort of as like a, all right, well you can use your channel points to check in. Jetpackpaul, I've honestly thought about it, Alex, because I know you have you have an alt account, at least one. Do you have two? You have two, don't you? Gary Caramel, and don't you have like Alt McBen or something? I can't remember. No, you only have one. Maybe I'm making that up. Or did you change one of them to? Did you change it? I don't remember. Anyway, now I turned the. Okay, yeah. That's right. All right. Yeah, Alex has an alt account that he'll stream on sometimes, and I've thought about that actually because of you, because I was like, I wouldn't have to worry about stream streaks if that was the case. But then I was like, but I would still want the VOD to be uploaded. It would like take me a little bit of work to get all of that set up and stuff. And so like I was like, I don't know. But so I'm just when they add the ability to recover stream streaks, there are times where there might just be a very late stream and it'll be fine. And that'll be wonderful. It'll be wonderful that it's fine because up until now, I'll just be like, oh, but if I stream, it's going to ruin their streak and then they'll be sad. And I know they're like trying to reach a high goal. And so that will make me happy. That makes Night Owl me happy, yeah. Well, because that's the thing is like, there are times in the day where I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't really want to stream right now. But I know that at night I will be like wide awake. And it'll be like, ooh, I could stream. I could stream right now if I wanted. But then I'm like, oh, but then no one's around. And, or the people who, because a lot of people who have funny enough, the people who have the highest stream streaks are all on the East Coast. I'd be the one of the sad ones. Yeah. Well, most everyone who has a high stream streak. Yes. Most everyone has a higher stream streak lives on the East Coast. So if I ever stream late, it's like I've ruined all of their streaks. Hannah, welcome in. How are you? So, anyway, that's sort of that's sometimes that goes through my head. By the way, Alex, how are you? How's your morning? Are you having an omelet today? My stream right now it's 2 p.m. Because of my like flexible schedule, I can stream in the daytime most days, and I do work like after as well. Yeah, so it's still pretty early for me, but even though it's 2, so it's almost 3 p.m. now. It's about 15 till. East Coast is 4 hours ahead of me. So like it's getting later for them, and a lot of them have like early morning jobs and stuff, so they like, you know, are going to peace out earlier. And so I feel like I think about that. I like a lot of my stream brain goes toward like, what time is it for people? Are they going to be there? Who's going to be around? Is this too late? if I start now, they might only be around for like an hour or 30 minutes. Okay, so maybe I don't stream because, you know, I don't want to ruin their streak, or maybe, I don't know, you know. Maybe later. Yeah, I start at 3 and think I miss my side of the world prime time. That's funny. I feel like, are you saying you stream too early, or... And you get there. That's very true. And that's what I like. And that's, I don't mind starting late because I get to hang out with Australians. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like also if I streamed late, I feel like I would probably stream different games. Like I would probably more likely stream, like I could see myself streaming Apex every once in a while at night. You know? Yeah, I noticed other Aussies like YV will go to 10 or so. Yeah, that's true. I feel it's you know, it's difficult because like it's interesting how it works like time zone wise across the world. I'm sure Twitch has like an actual peak hour or two, but like so YV gets a lot of there are a few Aussies in there for sure, but like I actually feel like he gets a lot of early morning East Coasters of the US. He gets a lot of UK and then scattered throughout like Eastern Europe a bit. But peak Twitch is 4 a.m. Australia time. Interesting. I get the late night Aussies. I love that. I wish I could like I don't know. I just want more Aussies. East Australia. Sorry, other mates. Right. So, okay. That would be 4 a.m. would be 10 a.m. my time. But like it's interesting because like the thing is even though that's technically like Twitch peak, there's still like plenty of people around the world like looking for content and stuff. It just may not be like, you know. So like it's interesting kind of how that works sometimes. Like I think it's surprising how many like usually around halfway through YV's stream, East Coast Americans are waking up. And he'll get a bunch of like Americans who are like, "Hello, I'm from the East Coast." And I'm like, "I'm a degenerate from Alaska." He's awake. And who has not been asleep. Yeah. I'm a degen and have been here the entire time. I'll go to sleep after this. I pop into YV stream during breakfast. Yeah, that's so nice. And you're still awake. Yeah. That's when I join around 6:30. Yeah. So like he gets a lot of East Coast, and tonight he's doing Lego, which I'm very excited. He's building a bonsai tree, I think, or some kind of tree, I believe, which will be dope. But he has like a lot of people from like Belgium. No, not Belgium. Gigi, welcome in. What am I thinking of? Wait for it. Why can't I think of the name of this country? Where are you? Bulgaria. There we go. It was the B, the L, and the G that got me mixed up. Belgium, Bulgaria, same. As much as I love YV, I'm too tired to wake up at 5:30. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm sure he doesn't. He would tell you to get sleep. I would tell you to wake up. Yeah, he has like randomly has a lot of viewers from Bulgaria. And they're all Crash Bandicoot fans, which is very funny to me. But anyway, it's interesting how like time zones and stuff work. Because yeah, he has quite a few like UK, Denmark, like I don't know. It's interesting how all that works. It's wild, yeah. So yeah, it's interesting how, you know, stuff like that. You know, people are always looking for content, seemingly. Supposedly, I was reading, like, numbers are down across Twitch, maybe. That's what someone reported, and then Dan Casey was like, numbers aren't down! So I don't know what to believe. My alarm goes off at 5:30. I'm not awake enough at that time. That's fair. It seems to be allowed Turkish. Yeah, there does seem to be. Which is right next door. Yeah. I feel like we've met quite a few people from Turkey. And I've met them through, funny enough, other Australian streamers, I think, mostly. So numbers were going down before they slashed the view bots. Yeah, that's fair. I think I mean, obviously, like, COVID was, like, you know. And Rudy, welcome in. How are you? The COVID introvert dream is over. Yeah. The COVID, you know.
On the flippy flip.
2020, 2021 was, like, amazing. Loved it. That's when I got started. Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. So like obviously those numbers are down. Some people, it's hard to tell. I like on Reddit, because again, Reddit. Reddit complains about ads all the time, and it's mostly viewers on that subreddit that are complaining about it. And some of the times I'm like, I understand ads are no fun. I use ad blockers everywhere. So like exactly. So like I don't know, but sometimes they'll be like, I got 12 ads or something like that, which that number does sound unreasonable, but like in the context of like they're either getting 1.5 minutes of ads or 3 minutes of ads, and the number of ads change, but the time doesn't. So like, because some of those ads are literally like 10 to 15 seconds. So like, sometimes I'm just like, it's 3 minutes. One, I tried to like time ads so that way we're on BRB when that happens, so that way you guys aren't missing anything if like game wise. But like, just stand up, go to the bathroom, like go do something for 3 minutes, come back. I feel like I'm those sort of I not a lot of people do that though. I feel like a lot of people do the minute 30, which again, that's even quicker. Like just go to the bathroom and come back, and ads will be over just about. But I don't know. Doing good. Just thinking about dinner. Ooh, what are you gonna have for dinner? I'd have to be at school at 8:15 and wake up at 6:30 and leave at 7:30. Oh, that's nice. One of my favorite streams ran 7 minutes, and I was like, how? That's like, that's strange. That must be. I feel like that must have been like a bug or something, because like, when I run 3 minutes of ads, it like I can't run ads again for a bit. Like I can't just spam ads. but sometimes I feel like I'm in ad breaks for a chunk of time, and then Twitch forgets I was just in ads, and I get stuck again. Maybe that could happen. I understand the ads, but sometimes they're excessive. When I watch roller derby on Twitch, you get ads every 5 to 10 minutes. You miss so much of the game. That is weird. They must have, like... Their chat is 99% sub, but yeah, unannounced ads for 7 stars. What? That seems like... Let me look at Ad Manager for a second. Part of me thinks they must have, like... ads. When is this going to... Oh, interesting. Hold on. Oh. Wait. Okay. So, I'm seeing now. Oh, I forgot family night tonight. Oh, some pot roast later. Ooh, nice. Well, that sounds wonderful. What are you going to do for family night? So, in Ad Manager... So that's totally on them then. If that streamer is running more ads. So okay, hold on. Let me explain something real fast. For people who don't know this. If a streamer runs 3 minutes of ads every hour, it disables pre-rolls. Pre-roll is when you click on someone's stream and it plays an ad immediately. Personally, I don't like that. I know a lot of people don't like that. Rewind. I don't like pre-rolls, is what I'm saying. Not that I don't like that it cancels pre-rolls. I don't like, as a viewer, popping into someone's stream and immediately getting hit with an ad. The deal with that is, like, if you, if you have pre-roll set up, an ad won't play during stream. But there are quite a few people. Some people do not care about pre-roll ads. There are quite a lot of people who hate pre-roll ads, and so that's why I have them. I try to have them off, because there are quite a few people who are like, if I go to your stream and I am immediately hit with an ad, I'm not going to stay and watch because I don't know if you're worth it. Like, I don't know if I'm even like you. So why am I going to stick through the ad? Which I get the frustration. Can they just get up and walk away for a minute and come back? Yes. But so I have mine set to 3 minutes of ads every hour. So that way, pre-rolls for me are fully disabled, but you can increase your ads per hour all the way up to 22 minutes of ads per hour, which is insane. So Madrigal, the roller derby, they've definitely chosen that as a thing. They've definitely selected that as an option of, like, we want more ads. And I guess you can do 7 minutes of ads if you wish. So that is that's just, like, kind of unheard of. I feel like most people, I feel like either have it set to pre-rolls or off, or they have it where it's set to, like, what is the lowest you can have? 30 seconds. The lowest you can have it set to is 30 seconds of ads, and pre-rolls are on. I'm sussing them. Hey, mine are set at 3 for a break, but people are out in, like, 20 seconds. Yeah. So anyways, that's interesting. How often do you want to run ad breaks on your stream? I prefer having them you get an ad. You get an ad. You get an ad. We all get ads. 7 minutes is bonkers. That is a very long time. I think 3 minutes is not terrible. Maybe a game. About to have a game night with the boyfriend. How's Roottrees going? So we played it about a month ago, and I'm picking it up after having it been a month. So we're fairly into it, but I've sort of forgotten a lot of it. So it's gonna go great, I'm sure. But I hope game night goes well. What are you gonna play? So I like our current setup of the 3 minute of ads because one, it disables the pre-roll, but I can try to time the 3 minutes with a get up and stretch, go to the bathroom sort of thing. And that way we all get it done together. We're all taking a break. Nobody is missing out on, like, content, I guess. Like, they're not missing out on the story or whatever. The only times that I don't break is if, one, we're in the, like, I've already snoozed all of the ads that I can, and we're in the middle of a conversation, and I know that if we take a break, we're not going to be able to pick it back up. Or we're playing a game that isn't narrative based, and it doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to matter if anyone... Like, if I'm playing Picross, it's not going to matter if people miss out on some of it. If I'm, like, really in the zone or something, or if we're also talking and playing or something. So, like... That's the only time. Because I know that, like, if I say, let's pause the conversation and we'll pick it up after ads, that's not going to happen. I have tried. It's very rare that I'm able to resuscitate the conversation afterwards to where it was before. It's definitely a turnoff for that many ads. If it's a tournament I really want to see, I may sub for a month. Then cancel after, but sometimes I get so fed with the ads that I just shut off the game. Yeah, that for sure would be very annoying. That'd be very, very annoying. Sorry, don't mean to whinge. I think this person was quite content with their audience and so can keep baddies away, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's, I mean, are they a bigger streamer? Question mark? Probably Coral Island. We got into it last time. Oh, very fun. I hear great things. I've seen a little bit of gameplay of Coral Island, but I've never played it. That's very fun. How did you go with Coral Island? I couldn't keep going because it was so exactly Stardew. It is very Stardew-y. They added some, like, I heard they added some different sections to the game. Like they've expanded more because it was in early. Is it still in early access? No, I remember it was in early access for a while. Like 100 viewers average, but yeah, like also, yeah, I can see, that's the thing is like bigger streamers can sometimes get away with it. Where like smaller streamers, that would be sort of like the death knell of their channel. It would, if I were running 7 minutes of ads, no one would watch. Because we don't have my subscriber base isn't that big. So a lot of people would be getting ads. And would not be able to watch the stream. It's sort of like there are a lot of bigger streamers that are able to do follower only mode. Generally, if you're starting, a new streamer, I would not recommend having follower only mode on. It's very likely that if I pop into a stream and that is set to on, I will likely not follow to chat. Because it's one of those things, I don't know you. I don't know if I want to be here yet. So But there are quite a lot of bigger streamers, like 100 plus viewers, that have follower mode, like follower only chat. Yeah. And I get why some people have it, and I understand why some people need to have it on for like harassment reasons or whatever. Yeah, I don't like it. I get it, but I don't like it. Yeah. But like for the I feel like there are other ways to like mitigate that stuff than follower only mode. There are quite a few streamers that have it on. But they're like, you know, they average a few hundred streamers each, and they can get away with it because, one, also chances are they might not see your message anyway. You know, like they may not. You might chat. They are probably not going to read it. They're, you know, it's different when it's like I've been to like, you know, streams where it's like, you know, they're averaging 3 people. I am their third person in their chat now, and they have follower only mode on, and it's like, unless you really wowed me within that first little bit, probably not going to follow just so I can say hello to you, you know? We're both new to it. I haven't played since early access, and we haven't played Stardew in a hot minute. Oh man. Well, I hope you enjoy it. That sounds like a lot of fun. It seems great. Yeah, I don't like that. I get it, but I don't like it. Exactly. Games with big spoiler moments, it's tempting to click follow only. Yeah, and I guess, like, one of my favorite streamers, Dex Bonus, she's the only, like, really big streamer I watch. She has follower only turned on, I believe. Or she did. I can't remember if she still does. But I believe she does. And I kind of get it. Like, I'm sure also, like, being a bigger streamer brings in additional trolls and whatever. And I think hers is set to... No, actually, wait. I take it back. It's not just follower only. It's follower only, plus you have to be following for like 10 minutes before you can talk. And so I'm sure, like, you know, as a bigger streamer, there's like different types of trolls that will come in and whatever. So like it's for that. But she also plays a lot of like narrative games, and so I'm sure there's a lot of people who would like to spoil stuff. I know she also has her chat set to a delay, so like her mods can see things before like chat does. But anyway, I think for the average us streamer, I don't think follower only is like the best. It's not to keep it on all the time is not the best move. A lot of the LGBT plus streamers I follow have it on. I'm sure they have had terrible experiences and want more protection. Yeah. That's one of those things where like I definitely understand where that's coming from. There's definitely a lot of good tools that people can use to like have that instead. But it does take work setting up those bots and setting up those, like, you know, those things to get it into a place where then maybe they feel better about it. But so I understand it can just, you know, I know quite a lot of like it's one of the things I see a lot on the Twitch subreddit, besides people complaining about ads in general, which is like, the platform is going to have ads. Yeah, there's nothing you can really do about it. Either if you really hate it, get Nitro or subscribe to the streamer you like. You know, that's like, you know, that's that. But I do see a lot of people complaining about follower only mode, and a lot of people are like, if I go into a stream and I see that, I'm just gonna click away. Granted, there are some people who are like, if I, come into a stream and I see a pre-roll ad, I'm clicking off immediately. But then there are some people, to be fair, on the opposite side who are like, if you run ads and they're like 3 minutes long, I'm just gonna stop watching. I will only watch up until I heard someone say this recently. I was like, really? I saw someone who was like, as soon as I will only stay up until your first ad break, and as soon as ads play, I leave. Which I was like, that seems wild to me. I don't know. I just go do stuff. Like, if I just get up. Or, like, I mean, maybe it's also because, like, I'm typically working also while I watch people. Like, I'm doing stuff while I watch people. So maybe it'd be different if that was, like, it's the only thing I'm doing is I'm concentrated on this stream. That would maybe get annoying. But I feel like I typically subscribe to people I watch very often. So I don't know. That sounds like an abusive relationship. It does. It's an ultimatum that they set it's a red flag. People are spoiled nowadays with streaming services. When we were kids, shows, movies always had commercial breaks. Also true. I mean, like, Netflix now is wanting to show ads, and Amazon Prime does, and whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think it's brain rot. The TikTok brain rot of, like, I don't know if you guys saw, because TikTok has this where you can watch reels or, like, videos picture in picture. Instagram is going to be adding that soon, where you can watch more than one. Like, you can watch a reel while you're scrolling, which seems like even more brain rot. Seems as though they're trying to kill the last brain cell of our attention span that we have. But I always choose the cheaper amount over ad-free viewing. Oh yeah. Well, I don't have Netflix anymore. Just because I wasn't consistently watching anything, but yeah, I for most streamers, if I, like, pop into their channel quite a bit and I, like, really like what they're doing and whatever, I don't mind subscribing, because that way, one, I get to support them, but two, I'm not, like, I'm not hit with ads. But, like, if I'm not around very often or whatever, then I won't. But anyway, I don't know. Reddit also just likes to complain about things, to be fair. They love a whinge. Our Twitch, I was about to say I both love it and hate it, but that's not true. I don't love it. I just check it out sometimes to, like, keep up with some news. Because sometimes there is, like, I'll find out Twitch news faster, or if something is happening on the platform, I'll find out faster there than anywhere else. Like, if Twitch is down, if people are having trouble, I'll find out there. But I'll, like, I'll see random, like, threads that I'm like, I'll just read through. I don't typically comment on anything, but I'll just be like, what is going on? Anyway, if you're a streamer, I probably don't recommend going to our Twitch. It's sort of a cesspool a little bit. I feel like there's quite a lot of people who are like, I think part of the issue is there's a lot of people who give advice, but like you don't know their channel. So like you really don't know if they're speaking from like experience or if it's just purely their opinion that's like founded in nothing. Or if, I mean, like, you know, it would be nice if it was like, oh, okay, I know I'm getting advice from people who are doing well on the platform and have like, I like their channel. I like it sounds like they have like a good community and they know what they're talking about. But there's no way to know that. So like, it also, I feel like a lot of viewers give opinions on there that are like they're, I say viewers meaning like they're not streamers at all. And so sometimes it's like, you know, if you're looking for an opinion from a viewer, that's like fine. But like sometimes, you know, you get like in questions about ads, people will be like, I hate ads. Don't run ads. And it's like, well, that's not an option. The only way you don't get that is if you are just not affiliated. But I've also realized, I think I've picked up on this through the Twitch subreddit, that I feel like most people must watch exclusively people who have hundreds of viewers and more. And that's like such a different experience of Twitch, I think. Like there are a lot of people who don't watch small streamers at all. And I find that interesting because like I go to Twitch for the interaction. Typically, like when if I'm like, I want to watch something, and I don't know what, none of my friends are on, I will, like, I'll look for streamers on the low end of the view count. Like, I pretty much, like, I almost pretty much skip anyone who's partnered, which is probably not fair to some of them. But, like, I'll just, like, if I search for, like, a game or I search for a tag, I just, like, scroll a bunch first before I get to then the lower numbers, and then I look there. Because that part of me is, like, I would rather watch someone that I could maybe interact with, or, you know, they'll see my message in chat or whatever. It's a different experience for sure, yeah. And it's interesting to me, like, then how different that would be, you know? Like, if you only exclusively watched people who had, like, 200, 300 viewers or more, that's a wildly different experience than if you're watching people who have, you know, less than 100, who aren't partnered or whatever. I don't watch any big streamers unless it's the WFTDA Derby channel, but I don't interact there. Yeah, fair. Yeah, Dex Bonus is the only one who I'll pop into and watch, but I don't watch her that often. Though I started watching her content as VODs on YouTube, so I don't like feel the need to interact, if that makes sense, because I started watching her stuff not being able to anyway. So seeing Sag and Pepe's flying up the screen, I think, why even bother having a chat? Yeah, that's actually very funny. That is something you see more in like bigger streams, is just like the call outs of like, you know, of those like Pepe emotes or whatever, or the meme emotes. Just in chat, even if they don't have them, they'll just it's like, it's kind of a funny subset of Twitch, I find. But that, like, people will still say, like, Madge or whatever, even if that person doesn't have that email. I find that's, like, it's sort of like, it's probably the equivalent of saying lol in person, which I do. So, Women's Flat Track Derby Association, thank you. Makes me think of a Nintendo Wii tennis crowd or something. I love that. Yeah, it's you kind of are a faceless blob, you know? And I will say, like, Dex Bonus, her chat isn't flying usually, and she'll like, and she reads a lot of chat, and typically her just chatting portions are very conversational, and you'll see her like respond to people in chat or whatever, but it's still more. It's more interaction than she would be able to like answer every person. So there's quite a few chats that like, you know, get unread or whatever. But or at least it looks like she's reading through it, but she doesn't respond to everything. But yeah, but like to the people where it's just like flying, like their chat is flying. It's sort of just like, I don't know. It was just I part of me is like, why try to interact? Like, why even bother? Like, they're not gonna see your message. It's not gonna matter. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I like having conversations with on stream. I love having conversations with chat, and you know, when I pop into stream, I typically like to interact and know that like someone's gonna see my chat or someone's gonna like, you know, there's an opportunity to interact. If it's like too extreme, it's like, okay, there's no point. I might do an emote every once in a while or something, but anyway, yeah. Twitch is a funny thing. Lots of opinions about like, and that's also why I don't necessarily recommend our Twitch. There's so many opinions about Twitch, how to make a good channel, how to make a good channel run, what do people like, what do people not like, and there's just no way to make everyone happy because everyone has such wildly different opinions. Like, again, some people absolutely hate pre-roll ads, whereas there are some people who absolutely hate mid-roll ads and the having to take a break every hour or whatever. So like, there's just no way you can make everyone happy. But I don't know. You just gotta do what you want to do. Hopefully, you and your community attract, you know, the right people who are like interested either in the same games you're playing or interested in the things you're talking about or doing or whatever. But you know, just gotta take it a day at a time. Take it a day at a time. Try it, you know, feel free to try some things out, but you know. The only time I hate the pre-roll ad is when you come in from a raid. Oh yeah, that is always the worst. Streamers often have a raid video, but you miss it. Yeah. That is also that can be the worst. When you raid somebody and then it's like they I think sometimes it gives them like 30 seconds or a minute, like when they come in from the raid, and then it plays, and then yeah, you're like, well, I'm missing all of this. I might just leave. I tend to leave after a raid almost immediately. So, but anyway, yeah, that is annoying. That is very annoying. Speaking of ads, though, we have to run an ad. But we'll come back, maybe do a little bit more chatting, and then we'll get into some Roottrees. So, if you need to stand up, stretch, etc., grab a snack, grab a drink, now's the perfect time to go do so. Or if you're one of those people who says, as soon as your first ad break happens, I'm leaving, I hope you have a wonderful day. But we're going to go BRB, and we'll come back. Again, we'll chat for a little bit, and then we'll hop into the game. So, BRB, my friends. BRB!
Take this pause to rejuvenate. Stand. stretch, hydrate. We will be back in just a few moments.
It does the thing. I promise I push the button. I promise I push the button, and then it just keeps me it keeps me muted. I said, welcome back, everyone. I don't know how many of you leave after ads, but if you're still here, welcome back. I was gonna say, because we were talking about this earlier. Yes, so this countdown, 37 days till Oz, that's not technically true. It is 37 days until the last stream before I leave to Australia. Because I figured that's a better countdown. So, and we can kind of keep track of, you know, when I go. 37 days does not seem like a lot of time, I've realized. Like, it both does and doesn't. And technically, I have a couple more days after that. But, that doesn't. I feel like that is gonna go by so fast, and I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. I'm already like, I really need to put together a list of things I need, and like start knocking them out. I've like slowly been getting stuff, but now I'm like, I feel like we're in the like we're at the end of the line, because especially considering likely I will have to get things shipped to me, so like it'll still take like a week or two for things to get up to me, and so anyway, I need to start getting everything settled. What am I bringing? What do I have? Do I know what clothes I'm bringing? Do I know what electronics? Do I have the inverter power converter stuff? I just learned something about your combo thing. In theater mode, you have to hover over the clip button to have it appear. When not in that mode, just the skeleton appears to the top right of the uptime. So on browser, the skull appears? Like on your computer? Because on mobile, actually, I wonder, if I open up like just my stream, trying to see. Oh, I do see it. I do see it now. Yeah, it says new. It shows up over there on the right. And you're right. I see what you're saying about theater mode. But yeah, I see the thing in my browser now. Ah. I'm scared. Can I click this? What happens? Okay, no. You cannot redeem combos in your own channel. Fair. Okay. It looked like I could. It looked like I could for a second. So I was like, what's going on? Okay. All right. Yes, I didn't see it before because I was in theater mode. I popped out for a bit during the break and saw it there. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Because I noticed on my iPad. How to make this go away? Yeah, on my iPad, it shows combos is just, there's an icon at the bottom left, and it's whatever like emote is selected or whatever you want to call it. So like currently, because I had the dino selected, the dino is at the bottom of the screen. I wonder if it's also, I'm looking at it horizontally. I wonder what it's like vertically. I could probably just pick up my iPad and check, but that seems like work. But interesting. I really hope Wybie gets into it. That would be so funny. What was I gonna say? Oh, by the way, Madrigal, you will be happy to know I bought the bag. And I partially did it because apparently, so it was only sold in like locally in Little Tokyo in LA. But there were two shops online that sold them, and one of them sold out entirely. And I guess like they were surprised at how fast it sold out. And there was one other place that had it online, and both of which are located in Little Tokyo, but they just happen to also have like an online store. And so I was like, it looks like this might go fast. And I have a feeling this might be, because it's such a small, like, it's not like this is made by like a big company or something. So I was like, there's a chance that, like, who knows if they'll make it again. So I'm like, maybe I should get it. So I decided to treat myself, and I picked it up. So I do plan on taking it on the trip with me, because I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. Ivy's gonna be like, "Who's this nerd with the fish bag?" But I think it looks cool. So hopefully I can pull it off. Hopefully I will look okay walking around with it. I actually, before I bought it though, and you see, this is why I have the measuring tape thing, or measuring ribbon, or whatever it's called, is I looked up the dimensions of it. I was like, all right, this wide, this tall, it says the pocket is this big. I tried to visualize it before purchasing it. Yeah, it seems like it does. I wonder how, like, actual deep the pocket is, but I feel like it should be good. Luckily it's not like super large, so like it's not gonna be like packing it isn't gonna be like a big deal. Like it's gonna just flatten pretty well. So but I'll probably use it as kind of like a day bag or something. I'm hoping at least I can fit my camera in there, and probably like my passport and a couple of other things maybe, but yeah, anyway. So I did decide to get it. Hopefully it looks all right. If not, I'll gift it to somebody. I think Bobby will love the bag. He has Bill. That's true. Well, I mean, Bill's so special though. Bill's so special. And Bill is currently, I don't know if you heard, Bill's in the hospital right now. So Bill's in Bill went to the teddy bear hospital. Like, legitimately, he's at a teddy bear hospital. I believe Yvie said that he started to get like a little bit of a tear, which, like, Bill was already missing a little bit of fur, because Bill's like 40 something years old or something. Yvie got Bill when he was 1, but it belonged to his sister first, who got it from their cousin, who's like 15 years older than them. So I think Bill is like 45 years old-ish. But so he already had some fur missing, but started to get a tear. And so in Brisbane, there is a place called the Teddy Bear and Doll Hospital. And so he brought him to them so that he could get repaired. So Bill is currently hospitalized. But luckily, Bill hopefully will be... I don't think it will take a month to repair Bill, I hope. So hopefully I get to meet Bill. But for those who don't know, in the case you don't, pop into Yvie's streams. What? Why isn't it appearing for me? YV1. Oh, it's Bill Wave. That's why I was doing it wrong. That's Bill. That's really cool. They have a teddy bear hospital. You know what's funny is I had only recently heard about teddy bear hospitals like a couple months ago, and then I hear it again. It's the Streisand effect. But I watched an episode of a show called Travel Man. It's with Richard Ayoade, and he travels a place for 2 days, and he always brings a guest with him. And they go to, they're in Portugal, and they go to a teddy bear hospital. I think I need to call it an early night. I'm exhausted. Have a great stream. I will definitely be watching the VOD for this one. Good night, all sassy. I hope you have a great night. I hope you put your feet up and get to relax. But I hope you have a great night. Have a good one, sassy. So anyway, so it's funny that like I don't know. I heard both, but YV said this in his last stream, but the bill for the teddy bear hospital, goodness. YV showed it to me. I don't know if he said the actual number, so I'm not going to say it. But he sent me the like invoice, which one kind of looked like a hospital bill, which is kind of funny, but also like also was like, oh, this is kind of expensive. I was like, do we need to start a GoFundMe for Bill? Which is ironic because, you know, GoFundMe is often used as like medical bills. Anyway. There's an episode of Supernatural where the brothers meet a drunken teddy bear that comes to life, and they tell the kid, on Thursdays, we are teddy bear doctors. I didn't know that was an actual job, though. I am curious about, like, I wonder what it. I'll have to ask YV, or because I'm curious if they like, if they use vernacular that sounds like a hospital when you're there. I feel like they would do that, especially if you were talking to a child, I'd imagine. Like, if a kid brings in their teddy bear, I would assume that they would kind of maybe, like, talk about things as if they were, like, actually going to a hospital, you know? Like, we'll take good care of Bill. We'll make sure he's, you know, all healthy afterwards. You know, like, I wonder if they use stuff like that. In Travel Man, the place they went to the people seem to do that. They said, don't worry, because the guest brought it wasn't a teddy bear, it was actually an action figure. But they do that as well. They repair those as well. He brought an action figure to get fixed there, and the person working said something to the effect of like, "Oh, don't worry, he's brave." You know, like, which I was like, that would be that sounds like something you would say like to a kid mostly, but I wonder if they kind of like RP that a little bit while they're working there. When talking to customers, I guess. So I wonder if they did that there. I would. That would make it fun, I think. That would make it enjoyable, I think, to work at a place like that. But anyway, it is cool that they exist, and it kind of makes sense, I guess. I have never been to one though. I've actually, I mean, I'm surely I've lived someplace that have had them, but I've only heard about teddy bear hospitals in the past like 6 months. So I don't know, but anyway, I am excited to meet Bill though. I need to get like a photo of YV with Bill. That's on my list of things to get. To take pictures of, but I'm gonna be taking lots of photos. Don't mind. I just started my Steam Deck, so that's why my camera's frozen. I'm not just sitting. I'm not just looking off to the side. I'm gonna be taking lots of photos Gonna be trying to record quite a bit of video, not to an annoying degree. Like, I'm not someone that has to always be like recording stuff, you know? And so I probably won't. Like, I probably will, you know, be in the moment sometimes. But I do just love taking photos with my nice camera. So I'll probably be doing that a bit. And then, like, afterwards, I'll probably put together, like, a little video or, like, a slideshow. We'll definitely have, when I come back from my trip, I will definitely have, like a you know, a welcome back debrief stream where I'll probably show off pictures and talk about the trip and whatever. But I will likely be posting about the trip on like my social media and stuff. I'll try to keep you guys somewhat updated, but it'll likely be like, you know, on Instagram or whatever. It would probably be the best if people want to like follow along a little bit more, but that'd be fun. Definitely live in the moment, but it'd be nice to see some pics and stuff. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely like a like I love to capture the moment and like capture things. I love taking pictures of people specifically. So there will be a lot of like people photos. As well as like, I mean, I will, you know, I've never been to Australia, so there's going to be a lot of scenery I've never seen before. So I will likely take a lot of pictures of you know, the environments and whatever. But I'm definitely not the obnoxious, like, you know, I'm not gonna have my like phone recording at all, you know, at all moments of the trip or whatever, because I just, you know, at times I'm just gonna want like just to be there and just to, you know, hang out and whatever. So but I'm typically the person like when if I have like lunch with somebody or whatever, I tend to put my phone away, or like I'll put it face down so it's not like, you know, so that way I can like have a conversation, look them in the eyes. But anyways, I'm very excited about some of that. Also, I'm updating the game, and then we will hop into the Roottrees. So if you're here for the game, don't worry. We're about to start. I'm just waiting. But anyway, it should be a good time. There will be plenty of photos. It'll be excellent. I think I'm going to try to bring or buy a new external hard drive so that I can like back everything up while I'm there. Because I definitely don't have enough memory cards for the like 3-ish weeks that I'm there. So, but okay, friends, let's go ahead and hop into the game. I will catch you up from what I remember. I feel we're like fairly close to the end of the first section of this game, I believe. Let's take a look. All right. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got a lot of this going, though. We do have some blanks here. All right. What is this game, you might ask? Yeah, the music is great. What is this game, you might ask? Well, I will tell you. This here in the center of the screen is the Roottrees family. These are the Roottrees that are dead. Carl Roottree, Brenda, Raina, Carly, and Riley Roottrees, they are all dead. They died in a plane crash. Was someone behind the plane crash? Maybe. We're gonna figure that out, potentially. But the main thing to know, I guess, is they're all models. The daughters are all models, called the Roottrees sisters. And their father, Carl, was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company, which started with Elias and Gwyneth, which was founded in 1908. Our main goal, I have no memory of this place. Yeah, 100%. That is kind of how I feel. Our main goal is to complete the family tree, as well as we have been like hired by someone to do this. There might be more than meets the eye with this tree, with what's going on. We have currently 37 of 49 people confirmed. So we're actually doing pretty decent. Now, if we go here and here, let us read this. This is kind of the overview of where we're at so far from the beginning. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees, who they said would be the easiest family members to place. After some time, they returned with new resources, a photo of Carl's generation, taken in the mid to late 1970s, as well as some papers and mail from his office. Before they called you, you heard a report on WRTD radio that seemed important to your investigation. The newscaster mentioned you could search online for WRTD. Instead of returning, the person who hired you called you on the phone. They claimed they were a Roottree. So the person who has hired us says they are a part of this family. The next time they returned, they gave you a partial explanation. They hired you to help verify their personal account of the family's history. All that's left to do is finish the family tree and find what's in the locked space, which they said was personal to them. So there's this top secret thing. We have learned that there was some illegitimate children in the family tree. That was one of the things that we learned. I am forgetting the name of the illegitimate child. Wasn't it? Hold on. Okay, we don't have them on the board here. So whoever this is, I believe. But anyway, so we have to, our goal is to find the person's photo, their name, and their occupation. And if we have 4 of those correct, it moves on. Like we only get confirmation if we have 4 things correct. Now it has been a while, so I'm not really sure if I remember here. We're gonna use a hint because I just to kind of help us get started. It looks like Jim used to be in a different band when he was younger. Let's investigate. So James Roottree. Let's do some research. I definitely can. Yeah. Oh, you can disconnect. I mean, I am not going to remember. So we actually have to like search for things. There are periodicals, etc., etc. James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond. Let's go to Modern Music Monthly. James Roottrees. Jim Roottrees? A review and interview from 1979 titled A Reluctant Hitmaker. Jim goes into his first band. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in CNJ plus JND. Okay. Let's copy that, but also... Stop. Oh, hello. A band called CNJ plus JND released one single called These Times. Someone with the username XXXDiehard Dazzler XXX scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200. Yeah, not a catchy name. CNJ plus JND is not a good, yeah. Scanned the cover, noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently, this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentions that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. You can't find anything else about Die Hard Dazzler, the band, or the single, so all that's left to do is add the scan to your evidence. After a blazing fast 35-minute download, the track is also available. Okay, so... there's nothing else I can find about them, I guess. All right, let's listen to These Times.
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you, and you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge, rivers rambling, onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me. These times are ours for free.
Not a terrible song, actually. To be honest.
We'll tell ourselves these stories older, dwell on warmth, ignore the colder, probably yearn for what could be, rose tinted by youth's memory. So act as though these times ain't fleeting, love still flows, our hearts heart beating. For now ignore fate's destiny, two roads to cross, one's at this tree. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me.
Okay, and it just repeats from there. Brother in the green shirt may want to get that eye exam. It does look red. No, I did notice that. It does look a bit like like he has allergies or something. Like he is not a fan of the pollen in the air. These Times is an old single from folk group CNJ and J&D. You have a scan of the album as well as recording the track thanks to a collector. The website also lists the song's credit as Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottree. Backup vocals by the LaRues. On it, a sticker that says folk style songwriting catchy. Magazine. Okay. So one. I'm gonna say that's her. This is probably, I think this is him. Clark. And hold on. LaRue. Yeah, okay, she's the only LaRue, and she is J. LaRue. Who is this? I feel like that has to be him. I'm guessing because, like, he seems to always have a beard. Whoops. He seems to always have a beard. And so I feel like that seems to match, though. Maybe his beard's darker, though. Okay. Let us... You know what? I don't feel bad about using hints. It has been a while. There's a tangent in James Roottree's spider search result that's worth investigating. Say that again? So there's a little buggo. Get away from me. There's a tangent. James Roottree is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. The duo, according to many sources, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. Although Jim writes the majority of songs, plays guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but it has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. Did I ever search for that? No! Diamond's Dazzlers is the name of the official fan club for Jim and Diamond. You find a forum post called Cool Things You Got in the Mail on a random forum about video games. One reply mentions that Jim and Diamond still send out a Christmas card every year to Diamond's Dazzlers. It's accompanied by some pictures as well as some history about the fan club. Apparently, even though it is no longer available to join, Jim and Diamond still honor it themselves personally. There is a fierce debate in the subsequent posts about whether that's cool or pathetic. Amongst the pictures of Christmas cards from over the years, only one is relevant. The card from 1996 includes photos of Jim and Diamond's young son, Wolf, as well as a note about his daughter's band, The Floozies. That picture has been added to your evidence. Wolf. You found a picture of a Christmas card from Jim and Diamond to their fan club in 1996, 2 years ago. The description said it included a picture of his son, Wolf, listening to his parents' latest music. So... We don't know how old Wolf is. Wolf Root Tree. Also... Did it say... He looks like... K through 12. He could be here, though. Also, side note. We have one, which I don't know if that's correct anymore, but one that has everything. 2, we don't know her occupation. Okay. So this could be right, we won't know until we get a 4th one, right? Okay. Let's search for... Oh, wait. His daughter's band, the Floozies. Okay, so we're gonna have to search for that. The Floozies, an all-female punk band operating out of New York. Okay, I'm gonna assume that Wolf is younger. They mentioned in passing an online review from earlier this year. Apparently they were the opening act for the band the reviewer actually came to see. The reviewer writes that she normally doesn't review the opening act, but this one was unusual, and not because of the music, which she described as loud, fast, and repetitive, but not in the good way. The trio was extremely cagey about their identities. The reviewer asked the venue who they were, and she was told they were rumored to be the children of other famous musicians and didn't want that to be why they became popular. The reviewer also mentioned that for an underground and unknown band with absolutely no following, their equipment was extremely expensive. Not only were they selling CDs, but they only cost $1. They probably were losing a fortune. The reviewer said, although she bought a copy, she would be unlikely to ever listen to any of it again, except maybe Beef Baby, the 7th track. There is no picture of the Floozies performing live, but the cover of the CD they were selling, Conquistador, has been added to your evidence. What a great name. I'm gonna assume guitar vocals, Candy, Nikki, Nina. I know, I also want to hear Beef Baby. Okay, so 1. Let's move Wolf over here. He seems like he's K through 12. Candy Root Tree, and she is a musician. She could be in college. One though. Okay, that Conquistador brings us to the same place. Can I search for Beef Baby? Beef Baby is a song by the Floozies. You can't actually find anything else about it anywhere. But with a name like that, it's hard not to speculate on the subject matter, isn't it? Could it be a euphemism or about a newborn cow? Perhaps the Floozies are holding a grudge against a toddler. It certainly piques your curiosity. If only you had time or resources to look into it further. I wish I did. I hope they make a Beef Baby DLC. All it adds is the song Beef Baby. It'd be amazing. Okay. So there was nothing else, I don't think, from here. That would be great. I would pay for it. Even if it wasn't free, I would... Let's get another hint. The spider search result for Teen Blast mentioned a root tree. Oh. Teen Blast. Oops. Also, hold on. Candy root tree. Okay. Didn't know if she also appeared. Teen Blast. Oh gosh. Reyna. All right. I've surely I've searched for Reyna before. Yeah. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottrees sisters' modeling career. You'll also come across an unofficial fan site, seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. The young webmaster writes, Reyna is the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS, which we have here. Yep. But Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child. Like me. You might think they are rich just because they are models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company, and their mom Brenda is a fashion designer. They do the modeling for her brand Roottree. I eat Roottree candy all the time. My favorite are maple crisps, and try to dress in plaid root. Plaid root clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. The website's author continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about the Root fashion lines, but none of it is relevant. But we have Reyna on here. Oh, maybe... Who is this? Maybe... Well... Maple crisps, they do sound delicious. I agree. Do we have, like... We don't have another photo. Hold on. Let me double check. We don't have any, like... I want to make sure I didn't, like, miss any faces. Fly, please go away. Don't bother me. Had that. To Carla and Brenda. Debbie. Debbie? Who's Debbie? Who be Debbie? You should get one of those handheld bug zappers. I really should. I feel like I don't have that issue this often, but there's just this fly that's like really wants to be involved right now. I wonder if this is Debbie. What does it say? But it was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath. Oh, well, no. She would have to have... To Carl and Brenda. Sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible. And Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. Hold on. Ernie. Where's Ernest? Perhaps. We don't... Where's Deborah? Deborah Bean? What if it's... What'd she say? As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude. Until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. Wait a minute. Ernie... Wait, I have Nicole... Oh. 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 4 entries are correct and have been locked. Candy Rootree, Wolf Rootree, Edward, and Nicole. You also unlocked, or locked these. Excellent. Booyah! Okay. So that's correct. Ernest. This is all good now. These are done. I'm surprised. So, okay, this must be reversed then. We got him. All right, very good, very good, very good. So, this makes me think this is Ernest Jr. Let me search for Deborah Bean. Deborah. She's a Rootree? Madsen. Debbie. Bean. No. Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. was a former president of the Rootree Candy Company. He seemed to directly precede Carl, and one website even said he was Carl's mentor. Okay. So is Ernie her... Wait, I am confused. Maybe... Hold on. Maybe she goes here. And then we have Ernest Jr., who was the 4th president. He was apparently very successful as a president, but not as much as a public figure. He was rarely seen in public and stepped down due to illness in 1996. If I search for... Ernie Jr. There's no photos of him. Find an article from 1995. Root president to take over due to heart illness. Ernie Jr. stepping down. His second cousin, Carl. It has been 13 years since Ernie was forced to step into the role of president unexpectedly. Back then, not much was known about the man other than his full name. In the years since, he's been taken on a bit of reputation as real-life Wonka. He's known as a bit eccentric and reclusive, opting to simply be called Ernie Jr. and to forego the typical luxuries of the average root tree. But in our estimation, he has been a shrewd businessman with an eye for sweets. He has led Root Tree to record profits by developing new products and by spearheading the formation of Root with his cousin in 1982 after learning of Brenda Root Tree's power in fashion community. Also, okay. Is there... Carl has mentioned... Carl married Brenda, we know that. The article also mentions that Ernie is... The article that also mentions Ernie is from 1996 when Carl took over as the 5th president of the Root Tree Company. Ernie Jr. apparently liked to stay out of the spotlight and never appeared in the Butler County Times, other than a few mentions here and there. The article does mention an illness as the result. So, can they release the Maple Crisp along with Beef Baby? I wish. That would be amazing. So, I'm going to guess one of these is Ernie. Oh, he is. One of these is Ernie. Now, part of me thinks it might be this guy because he's in the back. That says Eli. So I'm going to assume that is Ernie. So, hold on. And Gwyneth. Who was Sam? Who was Sam? Gwyneth Madsen is in this photo. Maybe her? Sam Cattrall. How did I get your name? Oh, wait, I think I do remember. Wait, that's also not how you spell the name, is it? Cat. No, that was right. Cattrall. So, no. Okay, I think... Was this connected to... I feel like this came from something about Chris Rafferty's, like, art project. I'm curious. If I do... Gwyneth Madsen. We don't know anything about you. Let's search for Gwyneth. Gwyneth Madsen. No. Also, we have to run ads. Apologies. So let's BRB, friends. If you need to stand up, stretch, etc., now's the perfect time to go do so. And then we'll continue more of this. BRB!
Take this pause to rejuvenate. Stand, stretch, hydrate. We will be back in just a few moments.
And welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. Okay. So, Gwyneth, we don't really know anymore, I don't think. I feel like we should be able to figure some of this out. I say, let's see where the game thinks we should go. Also, this is Spider Search for Team Blast. Well, we found Reyna. Sir, oh. Is that what they want us to do? Reyna. I was like, but yes, that makes sense. My bad. I bet this is just so that we can do this, I would imagine, but hold on. There's an article about Reyna Roottree from 1994. This issue also mentions TMS and Brother Trouble. In an interview, Reyna talks about her inspirations. One important thing I learned from an early age is that dreams are not outside of our grasp. My grandpa was a college professor. Oh. Professor? I think that's correct. I don't know if I have the photo right. Who taught lectures about history. He always told me that history was full of people from famous families who wasted their fame and fortune by taking it for granted. Instead, he told me I should go out and use my name to accomplish something. I think he may have practiced that lecture a lot because I have other people in my family that have also made the Roottree name famous for things besides candy. His older sister even wrote a book that some of my friends tell me they had to read in school. I took his advice, and now I work with my mom designing clothing. I help decide what colors and patterns I want to model, and she designs the clothes with a team of amazing men and women. Although my grandpa passed away earlier this year, Grandma Laura tells me he was really proud of what we've managed to accomplish. Laura Carlson? Coral? Okay. Oh, Reyna. All right. Also, let me look at this. So is there one more thing? Teen Blast. Brother Trouble, New Gossip. Also, how to know if he's interested. And win a trip to a set of a new movie. Let's say the Candy Girl gets serious about her inspirations and aspirations. Okay. Brother Trouble we have searched for. That was the, show that her husband was on? Brother Trouble. Yes. Just in case. I feel like I remember searching. Yeah, because we have this. All right. So we have 1, 2. We could potentially, hold on. Oh, hello, Abby. How are you? So most of the women are housewives. Okay. I thought I was like, let's just take a gamble. I was wrong. But, well, one of them still could be. We just don't know for sure. There's Eli M. We don't know what he does. We don't know who... We know anything about you. Thank you, of course. Hope you've been well. Just, it's pretty late for you, no? What time is it? me see. Elias Roottrees. Oh, that's gonna be you. Elias C. What if I just search for Elias C? Nope. James Roottrees. Doesn't mention anything about his father. Jim. It's Clark's father. Oh, wait. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess. Fly is still here. But he's a lot happier now. He started Raffer-Tunes, and he's much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is that a massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to the Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I believe... advertising. Okay. Does he mention... doesn't mention his mama. Laura Edward. Who are you married to? Oh yeah, follow age doesn't work here. But you've been following since December 3rd, 2024. It's a while. Okay, so for sure, because hold on, 1, I'm pretty confident that's correct. I think that's right. 2, I think that's correct. 3, that means neither of them are, goodness, I almost hit my mic trying to get the fly away from here. None of them, neither of these are housewives then. If I search for Stephanie, no. But just oh, that's also not how you spell. Did I spell it? No. Yeah, I did spell it right. Ernest Madsen. I wonder if there's something in like the is this the republished? Also, again, Samantha. I want to see... Wait. The new diary opens an explosive incident that happened in the decade between the release and re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias Roottrees had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud, Samantha Roottrees. Though Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retained the rights to run the farm and any and all decisions related to it. Farmer? Question mark? That doesn't seem right, because that should have triggered that. If this is correct, 2, 3, 4. Then she's not a farmer. Back that. Okay. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli Jr. harbored a secret romance at age 16. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby Samantha was sent to the Roottrees. Elias had hid her away with the local farmhand known as EC. So wait a minute. Hold on. Is this not right? Is she not supposed to be here? Maybe this is wrong. Maybe she's not here. Maybe she's like here. No. Because why is she in the photo? Anyway, hold on. And we have here Ernest Madsen. Because, yeah, this would be if she were his child. No? So... But Samantha... Wait, no. Hold on. No, right. Okay, I'm getting confused. Patricia is the one that Eli had an affair with. Or not an affair. Secret romance. Samantha is his child. Hid her away from a local farmhand as EC. Oh, and I see. Right. They did marry. Okay. Right. But we don't know really anything about Samantha. Sam. Wait. Clearly I didn't know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a root tree. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman, had the chance to grow up with us. Sam might have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her, and her children seem eager to help the family in their own way. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother. Okay. And her adopted grandfather. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring it all out myself. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She doesn't have thick glasses. Patsy did. I guess that skips a generation. Her children have that covered. It makes sense that she does have glasses. Hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they've read that the farm operations would pass to Samantha Rootree for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks when Zach made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor, and I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. I don't see any other mentions of her. So, Sam. Farmer makes sense with what they're saying, but she's like in charge of the farm, but apparently has a green thumb. But when I selected farmer, that wasn't right. Oh! It's because I had the wrong photo here. Lol, 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 lol. We've got the whole next generation. We're doing it, we're doing it. We only have 5 more blood relatives left. Okay. All right. So we have Gwyneth. We have Gwyneth. We need to get those. Flies back. Did I get it? No, I didn't. We need Edward Rootree's children, or child. And then you guys, I really don't know. Who doesn't have a photo? That would be a good question to like figure out. So we have someone here and this guy. Oh, and you. Okay. Are these all the names we don't have? November Roottree, Tessa Roottree. Okay, let's do a little ducky. There are several people related to the campaign mailer. Have you looked into all of them? Which one? What are you talking about? Oh, campaign mailer. The one called campaign mailer? Alright. We have them on the board, so it must be something in here. This is buried under a ton of the other mail that Carl left in his inbox and a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It is a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simple: love is our future. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls and putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity her daughters spring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. So she's over here. I downloaded Squeak Ross. I want to do some puzzles too. Squeak Ross, so good. I hope you enjoy it. It's honestly such a great. It's one of the best Picross games I've ever played. So, what have I not found here? There's apparently 6 things to find about this. Even the spouses. I mean, Brian Jones is a famous athlete who broke a pole vaulting record in 1954. He doesn't seem to be related to the Roottrees. If you're looking for a different Brian Jones, you may need to search a more local source. There are many advertisements over the years, as well as a small article from 1995 about Jones Graphic and Print. The article is a piece about Brian Jones taking over his father's print company after 20 years. Brian seems to not have let it go to waste as marketing opportunity during an interview portion. I've been in and out of that shop my whole life. My father taught me everything there is to know when it comes to getting the job done right and getting it done quick. We've been a printing staple of Butler County for years, and even the Butler County Times uses us for their coupon pages a few times a year. Thanks, by the way. But still, whether you're a new client or one of our regulars, nothing will change. Come on down for the best prices on bulk printing anywhere in the state of Pennsylvania, or search for us online. I designed the website myself. So maybe Jones Graphic and Print. Jones Graphic and Print is a company that, according to the website, has existed in Butler County for some time. The website seems fancy. It even has frames. The website lists the address, hours, and a few examples of clients. Stephanie Jones, the mailers. Root Tree Candy Company, various banner posters, Butler County Holiday Light poster banners, Miracle Network tour flyers, Root Tree Motors. Do we have that? Butler County School District, various banners / posters, Butler Summer Theater, posters and set contributions for Children of Eden. Maybe that's something we should search for. At the bottom it says, we also do web design. Children of Eden is a musical group with songs by Stephen Schwartz. A game designer by the name of Jeremy Johnston really likes it, realized it could kind of fit timeline-wise with a game he was making, and decided to use it instead of something fake as kind of an Easter egg. Okay, so this is meta. You don't need to check it out, but if you do, I like the songs The Hardest Part of Love and Lost in the Wilderness. Also, if you haven't already, you should hit the back button, go back to Jones Graphic and Print. Instead of searching for Children of Eden, you should probably search for whoever was performing it. Oh, that's a neat little hint. The Butler Summer Theater performs plays and musicals during the summer. Makes sense. As it is not summer currently, their website has a thank you message. Thank you for making our 1998 season such a success. Stay tuned for announcements about performances in 1999. The website lists the credits of a musical, which seems to be the final show they performed last season. There's a cast list, but none of the names seem relevant. Below the cast, it lists the crew, and 2 things stand out. Posters and additional set design elements by Jones Graphic and Print, and choreography by November Studios. November Roottrees, local dance school. They advertise lessons for ballet and jazz classes. There is hardly any other information available. Playing it on Steam Deck is so much better than playing it on my phone. No accidental misclicks. Yeah, 100%. It runs great on it too, for sure. So, There's a November root tree. Also, these are the last 4. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Interestingly, is this him? I wonder. Because otherwise I don't know like who that is. He's the only one who currently doesn't have a portrait. Or another one. I'm gonna take a gamble here. I think this is November. I don't know who you are. Who are you? I mean, maybe that's... No, actually, you know what? Maybe this is... That might be him because it matches the, like his portrait, his other one a little bit more, maybe. One of Brian Jones' business clients has a relevant name. What was Roottrees Motors? Did we ever search for this? You find a hit for Roottrees Motors on the Jones Graphic and Print website. You don't find any trace of them on the internet. You've already looked for Miracle Network. Is there more here? November Studios, we did. Butler Summer Theater. What if we... Butler Summer Theater has been around for at least 30 years. They perform plays and musicals with a cast. There are a few hundreds of mentions of their performances, not just in reviews, but in many nearly identical advertisements for their box office and tickets, as well as the yearly announcements of upcoming shows and seasons. They also tend to take out a full page. It says thank you. Okay. What about November? Studios. So November Studios, maybe they should have called this place No Mention Studios because you don't find any information about it anywhere. Nice thought, though. Rude. What about, copy. Nothing relevant. Ah, there's an ad for Roottrees Motors in the paper. It seems Roottrees Motors used to be called Wilkins Motors. An ad for Roottrees Motors has run in every week's Butler County Times for many years, but recently has been changed to include a picture. 3 different unique versions of the ad have been added to your evidence. All right. A Roottrees Motors ad that ran from 1974 to 1977 advertises that the former name of Roottrees Motors was Wilkins Motors. Wilkins Motors is the same family business, but has joined the Roottrees family. Okay. Wilkins Motors is now Roottrees Motors. We may have a new name, but we promise we're still the same family business. All that's different is we've joined a sweeter family. 555 fix her up. There's not a phone in here, right? I can't, like, call. No. That'd be funny. Okay. Roottrees Motors, your local family mechanic servicing the area, in the entire Pittsburgh area. Funny noises, blah, blah, blah. Roottrees Motors ad. The Roottrees Motors are the local family mechanic. Oh. Who is this? Tessa Roottree, our newest fixer, learned all... Wait, I can just do this. Learned all there is to know about motors from her Roottrees Motor parents. Roottrees Motors ad that is presently running first appeared in 1996 says that Roottrees Motors has been around for 50 years as a family business, and also that Tessa Roottree, their newest fixer, learned all there is to know about the cars from her Roottrees Motor parents. Huh. So, Wilkins, Catherine Wilkins, Tessa Roottree. I wonder... Oh. Hold on. Mechanic. Catherine Wilkins. Tessa. Mechanic. And I feel like maybe this is correct because he's wearing a jumpsuit. Where's the photo? He's wearing a jumpsuit with his name on it, which is very mechanic-y. So I'm going to say that he became a mechanic. Or like, he works on cars. And Catherine Wilkins. I'm going to say that's correct. Potentially. But we won't know that until we figure out... We still need an occupation for you, Gwyneth, and we need to figure out Edward's child. Edward? Ducky, help me. You can find some information on Sam Madsen's children in Revisiting the Diary. Okay, I already found that. Revisiting there also has a Gwyneth's occupation. Is she also a farmer? It says something about her having a... Hold on. Revisiting the diary. Oh, wait. Is this one? Revisiting the diary. Yeah. Wait, Gwyneth. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother. I mean, that's the only... Farmer is the only, like... It's the only close one. There's only one free spirit left to place. Okay, so she's one of the free spirits. Bonnie? Do we have a Bonnie? Guy Hudson, Caroline. Whoops. Who is Bonnie? Oh, Bonnie Hudson. Okay. So not Bonnie. Gwendolyn. Miracle. Who is June, April, November? Is November listed on here? Oh, on the back of the photo, November is written. Okay. Okay, and she's a dancer. These 4 entries are correct and have been locked. Locked in everyone in the Free Spirits photograph. Done. Top secret!
To my genealogy genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
All right. Oh, we have to type out a name? Amazing. These last 2 are optional and won't lock in until you say, I'm ready. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. Who is EC? Oh, is it you? Also, I feel like I should get... Do you grant wishes too? I wish. So I feel like I need to get... Can you help me with these? Remember the history of candy book from earlier? There's a little detail about that book you may have skimmed over. You found was volume 2. I wonder if you could find... Ooh. That doesn't appear here, does it? History of candy. Maybe if I... Hold on. Charles Lee. The Sweet History of Candy. There we go. Found all the evidence in The Roottrees Are Dead. Published 1984. This is a book about all things candy throughout history. It starts with historical accounts dating back to the ancient Egyptians. Chronicles candy through the year 1924. It includes some print advertisements from companies you've heard of, including an extremely early newspaper ad for 5 pieces that Charles Lee included due to a major misprint. You found the advertisement in The Sweet History of Candy Volume 1 by Charles Lee. It's from 1924, 2 years after the debut of Pieces. The author included it because the spelling error on the word available near the bottom. Available. It states that the flavors are inspired by their children, and the order is grape, elderberry, egg cream. EC, maybe. No, but there's an Eli C. Or something. And the order is grape, elderberry, egg cream, cinnamon extract, and melon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Is he like part of their family? Question mark. Or did they just put him up here because? Wait a minute. What is... EC is not on this list here. Oh. If I search for egg cream. No. Is he... So he might... So he's a root tree, I would bet. Like... And like... He's gonna be... Also, who do we have? We have... Oh. Okay. There's only 2 names. Here. April and Joan. You have everything you need. There's mentions of an EC. Yeah. But what about... I want to know about those 2. What about the strange... Oh, wait. Those old candy ads seem suspect as well, and what was that strange love letter about? I want to know about... I wish I could say, give me a hint on these 2 people, please. Maybe it's like April, November? Maybe is that a thing? Like maybe, but I guess I don't know how it'll tell me, or if it would. I'm gonna say, we're gonna guess that one. Okay, so where is... Honestly, I don't. Oh. Is this the love letter? In 1934, someone who goes by Patch wrote a letter full of innuendo to an unknown gentleman who it is clear she had a romantic history with. Patch is thought by the book's author to have been Patricia Christensen, a daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. That is this Patricia. nickname was Pat, and CH were the first two letters of her last name. Patricia, who would have been in her mid-20s when the letter was written, was married to an older man of no notable status. This letter was most definitely not to him. There are also a few passages after the steamy bits that mention a daughter leading Tina Angelina to theorize that this letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. The letter ends on a mention of a twisted twin that seems to evoke imagery from classic literature. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin. Let me read that again. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. So she's saying that her story is more tragic. Like, this beauty who was sent away, their story is more tragic. How awful is it that such a beauty was ripped from its rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin. Left an outcast, forced to a life of labor under a wicked relative. It's like something from the start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life he has been sentenced to. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Someday I shall return to you, and I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. I swear that on that joyous day, with all the strength I can muster, I will fight for our child's freedom. Let us pray her fable has a happy ending. Tina has no theory for what the more cryptic parts of that mean. What is, if I search for... Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor. And I suspect that's why he kept us from there. EC, is that the first time? Wait, hold on. Patricia, the daughter of a steel mogul, and Eli Jr. harbored a secret romance at age 16. So that's Patch and Eli Jr. She became pregnant, and after her birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby, Samantha, was sent to the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that, almost. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli. They finally married in their 50s. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. When Patsy and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a root tree in the first place. Spouse. Okay, my thought right now, and we have to run ads, by the way. My Cretin, welcome in. How are you? We're about to have to BRB run ads, but I'm gonna say this before we run ads. I feel like maybe this guy is, I mean, a twisted twin is what the letter said. I wonder if he's like he seems to be an outcast of the family. I think he is a child of the Roottrees. Could he have been a twin literally? What is a twisted twin? That sounds like an evil, like an evil twin is kind of what that sounds like. But like maybe he's not really evil. Maybe that's just what, you know, the parents didn't like him or something. I'm doing good. By the way, the hair looks wonderful. The hair looks wonderful. I can't wait to see both you and Devin together. That'd be very, very fun. Okay. And then, but then I don't know. Okay, so this, I'm assuming the person who's hired us is, no, but how old are these people? The person who's talking to us doesn't seem that old. So I thought she was quite young. So this seems rather like high up here, but I don't know. I'm not positive yet, but okay, friends, we have to BRB and run ads. So if you need to stand up, stretch, etc., now's the perfect time to go do so, and then we'll finish this up. It looks like. So BRB.
Take this pause to rejuvenate. Stand, stretch, hydrate. We will be back in just a few moments.
Welcome back, everybody. And I'm not muted, so wonderful. Okay. Alright, hold on. So, okay. I'm convinced that EC is a part of the Roottrees family. Why? Because of this. Egg cream. Oh, you guys can't see. Because of egg cream. EC is for egg cream. We knew that all of the, like, names of the candies are named after their children. But at some point, they got rid of them. They got rid of EC. And they added Miracle, whereas Miracle is not on here. Because the other one is Marion? Margalite. I've not remembered that. So something happened and they got rid of EC. Now, question. Does this start off? So this one's Scandal. The chapters are different. I actually didn't remember that. Okay. Let's go to the original diary real fast. Okay, so this is written by Lauren. And hold on. Samantha. Okay. Entry entitled Sam from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1963. From a previous entry, you learned that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, "Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. But I was told, trim their branches from the tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up, and I'm not the only one to realize." So, again, this is Lauren. She's the one who's writing this. Angie summoned all of the Next Gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boy, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Okay. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside... Oh, also, I should have put that together. So yeah, that's why she's a farmer, is because she grew up working as a farmhand. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands. EC and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way back to work. And John. Reminding myself everyone's names. Okay. I didn't see it, John. John, when he used to drive... Wait. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands EC and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the book, so she did work there. And they're all farmhands. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. By the way, this makes so much more sense now that I know who Sam is. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seemed thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? This is very, this reminds me of Cowboy Bebop music. I'm gonna reread the second version of the diary. First mention of EC. The new diary opens with an explosive incident that happened in the decade between the release and re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias Roottrees had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp and a certain name was read. Samantha Roottrees. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retain the rights to run the farm and any and all decisions related to it. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the 5 pieces were surprised, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently, Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias and Patricia. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli harbored a secret romance at age 16. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. again. Her babby, Samantha, was sent to the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand named DC. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that almost. I think I have Cowboy Bebop on DVD. I might have to watch it again. The intro came up on Spotify on my drive to work this morning. Oh, amazing. I have them on, I have a box set of DVDs. It's super old. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr. and they finally married in their 50s. Lauren mentioned the wedding in her first diary without knowing Patsy's history. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. When Patsy and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottree in the first place, even though she was not a part of the clan's trust. He wanted to include her in family affairs. That was what led Lauren's initial entry entitled Sam. The second one entitled Sam. This is a page of additional notes and context from 1975, 10th-year anniversary re-release of Lauren's diary. It is a companion piece. Clearly, I did not know about our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottrea. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her, and her children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It has been a long, long time since any real Roottrea was as excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring it all out myself. Sam's a spitting image for Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. Yeah, okay, we read this. Hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operations would pass to Samantha Roottrees for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money after all and was essentially inheriting the right to rule over the peasants for eternity. Okay, that kind of makes sense now. Also, with the thing about Zach, because I think everyone thought that Lauren's father was going to get the presidency thing, and then that didn't happen, and then I guess maybe he thought, I'm going to get the farm, and then that didn't happen. So, Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor, and I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. Is that like, and they were roommates? Is that sort of what's going on? I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. Maybe John Miller. If I were her, I might never forgive them either, but even so, she seems to blame more than just the two of us. Is there any mention? This is a page from the 1975 10th-year anniversary re-release. It's not a companion piece to any specific entry, but addresses feedback. The biggest complaint I got after publishing my diary was how many similar names there are, and I get it. There are 4 Elis for Pete's sake, but that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town, and I wouldn't know which they meant. My brother, my uncle, my cousin, that's why they became Uncle Junior, Miracles Eli, or Eli C. Our family's names were always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor those in the last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father were named Edward and Clancy. So now you see where my pop's name came from, because her pop is Clancy Edward. One thing that's always been consistent in our family, though, is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. That goes for Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. With the women, however, it all goes out the window. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Carolyn, who was Elias's mother. Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's because there's no female equivalent to junior. So if you're reading my diary and confused, you're not alone. Even the government had problems. I remember once receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottrees. I had to break the news they got my father's name backwards. Unless... he would be before Clancy Edward, so like maybe... Uh-oh. Edward Clancy? Does not have an E. Does not have a second E. I think they were roommates. John Miller? Miller. Mr. Miller? Where was it? Mr. Miller. I think we know what happened. I'm gonna hit I'm ready. Confirm. But first, here's the final optional entries you found. Okay, we got it right. So April and November. Filled the entire family tree correctly. Guessed it. Oh. Oh, you're old.
You thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottree, and his partner was John Miller?
I definitely thought she was going to be much younger than that. But anyway. Yes?
That's exactly what I needed to hear.
That's correct?
I'm Sam Madsen, though you know me as Samantha Roottree.
Oh!
Yep, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago. My book tells the truth about Elias, the 5 pieces, and my parents. Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My fathers.
Twist!
Edward Clancy Roottree and John Miller. By now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser. Lauren was right. I hated the 5 pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning.
But even so, she seemed to blame more than just the 2 of them. She has no problems with us next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the 5 pieces and Elias and Gwyneth.
My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man. But his identical twin, Clancy, and his father, Elias, were not.
So he was a twin with Clancy. So, which, okay, wait a minute. So you're telling me they named their twins Edward Clancy and Clancy Edward? No. Why would you do that? That was their first strike. Why, that was strike number 1, was naming the twins opposite names. Like, switching their first and middle name. That just is unbelievable.
At age 16, my father was caught kissing a farmhand.
Confirmed bachelor. Okay, that makes more sense.
Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable. The same year, I was born.
I was wondering what
A
that meant.
bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both.
Ah, okay. I see.
They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word. He became EC.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. Yeah, you've come in at a time. I was like, wait, does EC stand for something bad? And then I was like, oh, wait, no, they're just like, they've reduced his name to just like 2 letters or something. But okay, yeah, and I'm kind of covering it, but they're showing that EC over here is now missing from over here. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby Samantha was sent to the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. Interesting.
We were sent to the farm, and the 5 pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family.
Okay.
But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary.
Got angry when I met... Oh! This was... I did not remember this, but I do remember at some point reading this, where she says, I got angry when I met a new girl who I do not like. She said, your pop is my dad. Right. So Lauren Roottree... But that's not true, though. So the little girl was confused anyways, but... I totally forgot about that.
Who could blame me for being so confused that day?
Right!
Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard.
Right. Okay. I see what she means now. Because she grew up with the twin that was ousted. So she sees this other girl, Lauren, with her dad, who's actually her, not who's EC's twin. And is like, your pop is my dad, because they look the same, or whatever, except for with the... All right, it's making sense.
While the Five Pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work. It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all. But there he is in the background.
Yeah, it's
the
him.
Sixth five-piece. Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom, from a life she deemed unworthy.
And now it makes sense. How awful is it that such a beauty was ripped from its rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin, an outcast forced to a life of labor under a wicked relative? Okay.
Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father. At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the Five Pieces.
Okay.
My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts. His fears weren't unfounded. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president.
Ernie Jr. had been learning the day to day from Zach. It had been a long time since any real Roottree was excited and interested. Okay, yeah. We just read that.
But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy. A real Roottree. He nearly ruined the company.
There are rumors that Ernest had originally trained to succeed Zach, but had been passed up for unspecified reasons.
When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions.
Ernie Jr. has led Roottree to record profits by developing new products and by spearheading... Right. Okay.
Ernie earned about $36.
Lol.
They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point. Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry.
Embezzlement.
Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock. That sounded familiar. The Clancid Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future. His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart. My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as, and that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the Trust, as anyone else. The Clancid Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money. The truth has been eating away at me for years, but now I can set the record straight, thanks to you. As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has. Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future. So thank you. You knocked it out of the park.
Yay.
With your expert work, the truth will come to light. And when it does, my share of the Clancid Trust is yours.
Oh!
Like I said at the beginning, set for life.
We're getting paid?
Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels complete. Unless a whole lot more root trees somehow appear from thin air, this is the last time I'll come knocking. Thanks again, and so long.
Bye. Abrupt music end. Thanks to your hard work, Sam Madsen's book was published. It received mixed reviews. Oh, that's a bummer. Life went on, and a new president took over the company. The Roottree family faded from the news cycle. And then, Everything changed. There's another mystery to solve. Roottrees Mania is now unlocked as a new game. It says, I'm a secret root tree. I love that. Okay, so there's a different mode. We won't start that today, but maybe we could do that tomorrow. I wonder, find out what happens to the infamous family and a whole new mystery. Anyway, incident at Galley House. Interesting. Well, we did it. We found out what happened to the Roottrees. We love that. We love that for us. But that was great. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I think we'll try to continue that tomorrow. One, I feel like I probably wouldn't have needed to use as many hints if I had just completed the game a month ago when we started it. That probably would have helped. But I'm fine that we used hints. I feel like it's, we needed to move along. I'm okay with ending. I will see tomorrow. I'm excited to figure out how. I wonder if it's like, surely Roottrees Mania isn't as like involved as this one was, or as like long. But I don't really know how to look that up. But anyway, well, I guess we'll see. But I think tomorrow we'll come back with that. So if you enjoyed this, if you want some more puzzle and mystery, you should join us then. Tomorrow, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to mention. No, I don't think so. Tonight, I know YV's streaming, and he's doing Lego, and I'm very excited. I think he's doing a bonsai tree or something. So, should be fun. So, if you're around, I'll be there to hang out and chat. So, you should be there. We'll do our Lego thing soon. I think my set is coming in to Friday. It's coming in Friday, I believe. So, next week, maybe, perhaps. But anyway, friends, that is all. That's all for us today. Thank you for being here. Let me give just a couple of thank yous to Daz, Bear, Madrigal for all the combos, Lego for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It doesn't quite tell me. I wish it would tell me like how much you guys contributed via bits, but it doesn't really. Like, it doesn't tell me individually. But I appreciate all the bits. That's a nice way of saying failed combo. Wait, what do you mean? What was a failed combo? There were no failed combos. Well, I think technically there was one failed combo. Or two, maybe, but... Oh, you did? Yours came through just as bits. Like, it didn't do a combo thing. Yours just appeared as 100 bits. It's because you have to hit the button. But just gave 100 bits because I have no idea what I was doing. Yeah. There's like a new combo button. That's like it looks like it's hard to explain because I'm like, it's not an emote really, but Inception. Oh gosh. So here is the combo button on my iPad. And then you have to like choose the combo you want. But that's how you do it. And then apparently on browser, it's just below the stream or something, and it might be the skull or the heart or something. I don't know. It's confusing, but anyway, I did like the effects it gave. That's pretty neat. I like that idea. I'm glad, because I remember when they first announced that they were gonna test something like this. It was they kind of made it sound like it was going to be a mobile only, and I was very confused how they're going to implement that, because I was like, if that's mobile only, that seems weird. But I'm glad that it's available on both, and that like you still see the effects and stuff on screen or in chat or whatever. So anyway, that is it for us today, friends. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow with probably more root trees. I kind of forgot there was a second mode, but we'll see. Maybe we can crush it in one. That'd be nice. But all right, friends. That's it for us today. 37 days until the last stream before I go on my Australia trip. We currently have the stretch goal for the 10-episode podcast, which I'm excited about. If we do that, next after that will be I updated part of it. The next thing will be K-pop Demon Hunters. See you in the morning at YV stream. Excellent. Yeah, I hope to see you there. It should be fun. Last time he chatted a bit while doing Legos and stuff. So I think that's gonna be fun. Should be a good stream. But anyway, friends, that's it for us today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye!